I'll sit the whole time.
Please do.
Completely leaned, 100%.
Dude, are you leaning right now? Are you off the lean?
Don't you fucking say that to me ever again. I swear to God. Yeah, come on your podcast for 2 seconds. Jesus fuck. There he is.
There's about time.
Let's go, boys. Claps in chat. Oh, Jonah, have you found your webcam, or are you gonna look normal?
No, that's probably what took him a while. He just kept looking.
Or he's drawing.
That was my favorite part of last episode, was the jelly.
That was so funny.
The preserves.
That was so funny.
I'm drinking the worst liquid known to man tonight.
Oh,
because
piss?
I don't have anything else.
Oh, no, wait, that's the best.
You said it's the worst?
You said water's the worst liquid?
Sprite is piss water.
Wait.
I'll fucking die on that hill.
What do you say about water?
Fuck it. You heard me, bitch.
I'm gonna kick him.
Wait a minute.
We can't do this podcast anymore.
But Sprite is spicy, so it has to be good, right?
Yeah, well, it's something like that. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, Lee. I'm more of a Coca-Cola man. If I'm being 100% candid.
I'm more of a root beer man.
I'm a this.
Well,
guy.
that's fucking sacrilege.
I
can't believe it.
Dr. Pepper all the way. That's my.
Okay, well, Dr. Pepper cream soda sounds like I might cream my jeans over it. So I might have to try that out myself.
Yep. I'm not wearing pants
Please.
because I don't want to ruin any of it.
Cream.
I am quiet.
I'm really quiet?
Turn me up.
Matt.
No, me.
Yeah,
Turn me up.
I turned him up for me. His audio is like perfect.
I did,
for me.
but he's
My
still
mic-
pretty quiet.
Really?
My mic is like turned up pretty darn high on my end, and it's just this mic is just kind of quiet.
Yeah. Let me turn up a bit more on my side too.
Are you
Hold on.
recording, Jacob?
Talk again, Matt. Talk like normal.
Okay, I'm talking again. This is me talking.
Keep talking.
Okay, I will continue to talk until I am done talking because I enjoy talking, and this is what I do for a living. I actually am
Okay,
full
you're good.
time.
You're done.
Full-time talker, huh? That's big.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am big.
I am recording.
How long
Everybody say the N-word.
Nickelodeon.
Non-stop
Nice.
action.
You can't do that, bro.
That's my favorite.
One word.
Yeah, that's my word. Non-stop action.
Can't do that, bro. It's kind of sick.
Johnny, you gotta say an N-word.
No.
Okay, fine.
Oh,
Don't
dude, that's
then you
offensive.
Don't. And don't. That's fine.
You can't say that.
You know what?
You can't say that.
How long, Jacob? Did
You don't miss.
you
What?
soda talk? Did
Yes,
you
I
catch
did.
any of this? Okay, good.
Soda talk.
Okay.
Oh, good. So you caught me saying cream my jeans? That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'll be using that. I will be
Hold on,
using.
we have now. Ben doesn't like Sprite. He likes Coke. Jacob likes root beer. I'm a Dr. Pepper man. Jonah, where do you stand?
Probably root beer.
Okay.
Oh, is this the podcast now?
go.
Are we in it?
Yeah, we're going. This is how we start.
Oh, we're in it. All right.
We like to start with a little bit of chaos, and then we round it all up by saying, "What's up, guys?" I freaking always forget the intro. Stuff always like just
High
wait,
quality,
no,
bro.
I'm not
High quality.
What's up, posters and casters? Welcome to the DD with the B podcast, the show where everyone is boys and everything is dinner. I don't even know if I said it right that time. I'm not checking.
I don't remember.
Is it like DD2B instead of like DDWB?
Dinner date with the boys, DD with the B. We'd like to start off this show with a little bit of what's
On.
Going.
Going.
going on.
I listen to the show.
All right, I'd like to start goings ons by.
Should we introduce people?
No.
Everybody knows who I
It'd be
am.
fun.
Everybody on the planet knows who I am.
Guys, it's Ben.
It's Ben.
Hold on, no, wait. Let me do that. Jacob's right. Let me do a real introduction. Okay. What's up, everybody? My name is Lee. I'm here with Jacob,
Hi.
Jonah,
Yeah. Wait.
and we have our special guest, friend of the podcast. Hold on, don't tell me. Brisbane Wiener. What's up, Brisbane?
Brisbane Wiener. That's what they call
Brisbane
me.
Wiener.
That's all they've ever called me.
Yeah. But a lot of people call him Ben W for short, which is just wrong.
For sure. Yeah.
It's just wrong.
It's just easier.
Yeah.
What's Brisbane?
Brisbane.
Ben.
Yeah, it's
No.
not Brisbane.
Yeah, but it's Wiener like French, like we. OUI.
Yeah.
Wiener.
It is actually. That's
It's
crazy.
Wiener.
Crazy that you
But
knew
people
that.
don't know that, and they say
Yeah.
W.
Yeah.
So now, if I may, I'd like to flex a little bit with this steak I made.
We don't stand flexing.
Wait, let me see that. Let me see that doneness.
No, Jonah, I tried so hard.
it's
Look, okay, hold on though. Here's the thing. look how thin it is. It's such a thin. It's actually 2 steaks, and they're very thin. I didn't cook it for more than like 4 minutes, and it's still mostly like
Mhm.
You should have just seared that one.
done.
Yeah.
I tried. I did actually have some butter. I butter basted it.
Mm-hmm.
Good salt, a little bit of salting beforehand, but I did a good amount of salt at the end, and I seasoned my plate. I warmed the plate and then put a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of thyme, lots of pepper, a little bit of salt, another bit of butter, put it all in there, toss it together, let it sit, soak it back up, crunchy salt on top. This is
Am
the
I on a
best.
podcast with Lee or am I sitting here with Gordon Ramsay? That's crazy.
No. And it's quite cold now, actually.
My
because
mouth is
we
wet.
heated it a little bit.
That's how I love it.
I literally,
That's how I want my steak. I steak
was-
ice cold.
Ice cold.
I was telling Jacob a little bit earlier. A lot of times when I see like cooking shows and they eat it and they go, "Oh, so good," I'm like, "Shut up, you're like self-important bastard." Now I'm
You just
eating it
never
and I'm
had
like-
good food.
I'm eating it, I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
That's the first thing I think of when I see people like actually enjoying food. I'm like, you're an egotistical piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
They're
And
on
then
my
you
hit
eat
list.
like actually good food, and you're like, oh,
Yes.
what?
Oh, it's
It's it's
a
an out of
religious
body experience.
Yeah,
It really is.
It makes.
I'm
my
on a
mouth
journey to
moist.
one day try Wagyu
Oh,
Wagyu.
when I can find it for
Good
like
beef.
a good
Yes.
price.
Good luck.
yeah.
Hey, actually, domestic Wagyu is cheaper, and there's potential that it could just become like 100% Wagyu and
it's cheaper
actually
than
be
that.
a lot cheaper.
Even violence.
That it's cheaper that way. Don't gotta pay to see that. Not like a UFC fight or anything like that.
It's,
Yeah.
it's like a UFC fight in your home.
I'm leaving this bit.
It's very one-sided. It's like the it's like the
It's a VR experience.
yeah.
I hate this so much.
Great.
Why did we do
Good.
this?
Strong start.
All right.
Jacob, what are you eating for dinner? I host the
Water.
show now.
Oh,
Oh,
Ben is the host now.
hi everybody. Welcome to Dinner Date with the Boys, where everything is podcasted and all people are dinner. I'm your host, Ben Webster. I'm eating pizza that I made in my oven because all of the good New York pizza places are closed.
Damn.
Whoa, what? New York?
Cheers to
That's
Big
crazy.
Rona, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Cheers to Rona. Hell yeah. Oh,
Oh,
everyone ready? Everyone ready?
I'll meet you
Everyone
there.
ready?
Oh, yeah.
3, 2, 1. Boom. Cheers.
Flawless.
No, sure.
I don't have any.
You gotta sip it after, or else you go to hell.
Yeah.
I have another goings on, but I want to give somebody else a chance if you got something fun. All right, cool. Great, guys. Really glad you came prepared.
That was good.
I
So-
did not come prepared. I just don't do anything anymore.
Same. Although, actually, hold on. If you want me to interject,
I don't know.
quickly.
I'm done with
Please do.
biology class. Does that matter?
Congrats.
Good job.
I got
There's
a,
going on.
I got an A on it. Actually, I just
wow.
have an A in the class. That's it.
Nice.
Hey Jonah, you know where that's
Go.
going? It's going right on the fridge. Proud of you.
Hey, up top.
I do have a solid C in macroeconomics, though I hate that class.
C's get
Attaboy.
degrees. C's get degrees.
I thought
bro.
I would enjoy it because I was like, you know what, I like economics, but then like macroeconomics is literally just like, if the government implemented this fiscal policy, what would the outcome of the like unemployment be on the unemployment graph?
That
I don't
sounds
know. I don't
absolutely
care.
exhilarating.
Just remember, guys. C's get degrees and sodas drain in threes.
I'm
Bucket
out.
squad.
I'm out.
You know what I'm saying? Bye, Jacob. He's gonna
Jacob's
No
afraid of the
offense to
truth.
people who like macroeconomics, though.
I just spilled my water.
Wait.
Foolish.
I like macroeconomics. Jonah, you said you like macroeconomics.
Okay,
Class?
I kinda. I like the concepts, but it's just like the tests are like literally the questions are the most boring, like uninteresting thing. Like a legitimate question would be like, if the government implemented like a what are they called?
Big
Something
mandate?
monetary policy. would like inflation rise or decrease? And it's just like, it's such a boring question.
Okay, here's the
Sorry,
thing.
Jonah. I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at the realization I just had that this is the first time I've ever eaten on camera. And for some reason, that was really funny.
First time ever?
Yeah, I don't really think I've ever like been filmed eating, and this is like a really close-up shot. So I'm having a really intimate experience with all of you and the audience right now.
I felt that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I could feel, like,
cheers.
the virgin camera eat.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on
Hold
the
Wait, hold on.
Create
That sounds very
Unknown
different.
podcast before?
Have I ever been on the Create Unknown?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I should probably say, if people don't know who I am, my name's Ben W. As I said, it's short
Ben
for
Wiener.
Brisbane Wiener.
Brisbane.
And I'm the producer for the Create Unknown, which is a podcast.
Horrible
with
podcast.
Vsauce 2, Kevin
Sucks.
Lieber, and Matt Tabor. Listen, I will. I'm probably gonna do nothing if I'm being honest with you.
I love how you're like on a podcast that you don't work for, like before you're actually on.
Oh
it.
yeah, before I'm on my own podcast. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, it's a podcast with Kevin Lieber and Matt Tabor, who both work for Vsauce 2. It's about YouTube and internet creation in general. Have a bunch of guests on, whatever. I'm the producer. To answer your question, no, I've not been on that podcast. But I work on it weekly. This is my first.
Do you want to be on it?
Do I? That's a great question.
That's why.
I mean, you are the
Listen,
as the
listen, I'll
producer.
get back
Couldn't
to
you
you.
just like put yourself on the podcast?
Yeah, I was like,
You see,
this week is me.
the issue there is that the podcast is about making things, and the thing I make is that podcast.
I mean,
so you can
that'd be
sort of
great
see where there's a
episode, like,
conflict.
talking about making the
It'd be
podcast.
kinda
Honestly,
interesting.
like
It's true. But
Yeah.
I mean, I want you all to know this is very special for me. This is my first podcast experience. You're my first. You're my first. This is my debut. This is my my coming out to the world. Not poor choice of words. I should
What
say
you're saying-
I was
what you're
going to
saying
be.
is
Yeah.
You're coming out as a virgin right now of podcasting.
Yeah.
I'm coming out as a podcast virgin.
It's
Yeah.
no longer true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's no
it's been
longer a
stripped from me.
podcast
We
version.
popped your podcast.
I was going to actually be on a podcast. You did. Called The First Podcast, which is a cool show.
Oh, yeah.
Matt and Kevin were on
Yeah.
the show.
I know the first
And
podcast.
what they do is they record their podcast live on Discord, like in their server, and then people can come into the call and just listen live, which is a really cool idea.
It's interesting.
And they have this, they normally do a section for like listener questions for the people who are actually there, like you call into a radio show.
Yeah.
And they have a Discord bot that automatically records the audio.
Oh wow.
Well, funnily enough, the day that Matt and Kevin were recording for that podcast, I was on for a short 10-minute period, and this wasn't super planned, so they just had me speak in the Discord, and we're going to record my audio through that bot.
Yeah.
That one day, the bot happened to be completely broken, so listener questions were out the window, and so was I. So that was not my first podcast experience, and now it's DD with the B. So cheers to that, fellas.
Cheers to that, bro.
fellas.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
Up
Hey,
top.
cheers.
Hey, you know what? Cheers.
Hey,
Know what I mean?
hold on. I got another thing here. There we go. Cheers.
Oh yeah.
Cheers
yeah,
again.
Man, cheers to
Let's
that.
go.
Hey, I got some eye drops. Cheers to that.
I'll drink to that, brother. You know what I mean?
Dude, we're getting turned.
medication. We want to do my ibuprofen medication from like 6 months ago.
Yeah, you know what? I'll cheers to that.
I'll cheers
Is
to
that
that.
prescription ibuprofen?
So now we're down to really
good
what's
band name.
we've got a bigger topic here on this episode. We got a bigger topic we're gonna get to, but honestly, this next thing is the most important thing. I'm gonna have to fill Ben in real quick. All right, Ben, I need you to close your eyes.
Okay.
And I need you
Well,
to.
doesn't Ben listen to the
Hold on.
podcast?
Shh. Hey,
We'll forget about that for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would just want you to envision the most attractive man, chiseled body,
Mm-hmm.
but not like to the point where it's gross. Like he looks like real fit, but
Molten
like
core.
You're telling me to think of Barack H. Obama right now. Is what you're
well,
doing.
right, but then add extremely pale skin and red hair, and then also he's like 4'6". That's an
Okay.
example.
My
He's
vision
like
is shifted. Okay.
Okay, so now that you're hard,
Yep.
his name is Lane, and he
Okay.
is our favorite person.
On Earth.
I see.
We collectively would like to worship him as our
Mhm.
king.
Yes.
True.
Okay, King
We're
Lane.
limited by the world around us, but we have appreciated just the relaxed nature. You can open your eyes if you
Can I
want.
open my eyes?
I didn't
I didn't know if you were
keep your
gonna
eyes.
paint me another word picture.
I need you to keep your eyes closed for the rest of the podcast.
You can't see
No,
what's gonna go.
Just take a nap mid podcast.
yeah. Just we're asking Ben questions. He's like,
Sometimes you just
Very
gotta catch a
insightful.
couple Z's.
Yeah. I
hey,
got
if you
bro.
get the
It
chance,
is what it is,
I don't
you
see
know?
why not.
Yeah.
So we have we first encountered this man at Chick-fil-A where he does reside occupationally, and he had invited us to vibe with him all night long, which was amazing. We didn't because we
No.
were just intimidated.
Yeah.
He took
We're
an
too
amazing
scared.
selfie with a firefighter hat with Jacob, as you could see in the last podcast if you
Yep.
watched. Well, I've got news, guys. So the other night, right, I'm working. He and I both work at Chick-fil-A, and I notice in like the list of like I want to call them cubby holes from preschool. I don't know what else they'd be called, like lockers or something, but they
Yeah.
have no doors. I see in one of them there is a switch light, and I'm thinking to myself, what kind
Got
of
a gamer on
champion-
our hands.
What kind of champion gamer brings to work their Nintendo Switch Lite and then stores it in public view? This guy's got balls. Just gonna
Mhm.
say.
Power move.
He's got multiple.
It's at
At least one, maybe two.
1 to 2, maybe 3.
Who knows?
perchance 4. Nay.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Impossible.
We won't
Can't be.
presume on his ballitude, but so I'm thinking this has got to be a champion in my midst, and I'm
Mhm.
eyeballing while I'm working making the chicken. Like, who could be such a absolute just
Game.
words escape me because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And later on, I closed, so we're there till 10, and I see across the room the lad himself wielding that Nintendo Switch Lite. And I'm about to say, "Oh, it's you, dude! I didn't know you were like a gamer." Like I was gonna talk to him, and somebody else verbally to the whole crowd, because like we're all finished with our jobs, we're waiting for the manager to be ready, so we all walked out together. Somebody says aloud to the whole crowd, "Hey, who wants to come and forge a blade with me at Lane's house?" And I'm like, "What? Hold on, what?" And he's like, this girl is like, "Yeah, Lane makes knives. He buys the raw metal, and he has a forge to actually like craft it, and he has like the hammer. Lane makes.
He's a blacksmith.
knives.
This is a powerful
Lane
man.
is a blacksmith. Lane is a
I have a confession to
damn
make.
blacksmith.
Blacksmith King.
Ben, I swear, if you're about to tell me that you're a blacksmith, I'm about to have to
Very
just run right
close.
over there.
My brother is a blacksmith.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
wow.
dude.
Bro.
Like legitimately.
Ben, are you
Because,
Lane's brother?
I'm Lane's brother, surprise.
What does
so
your
in my
plot
town-
make?
In my town, we have this these are pretty common in the Northeast. They're a bunch of like small 1700s, 1800s museums that are like towns. Like you go in and it's a town. I don't know, closer to you guys is Colonial Williamsburg. I don't know if
I've
you've
been
ever
there.
heard of that.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
basically that. It's basically that on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
So there's one of those in my town in which I live. And so my brother worked there for a number of years in the blacksmith shop, like making nails and shit that they would use in buildings or hooks, or sometimes they would just straight up make guns. Like they made guns.
Dude, that's crazy.
I also
cool.
worked there for one summer and I walked little baby calves on a leash. And that was
What the
probably, yeah. It's probably one of the cooler things I've done.
That's amazing.
That's really
That's great,
cool.
man.
But yes, that's the origin of my brother's smithing.
Blacksmithery.
His smithery.
Smithery.
Not that my respect for you was low, but it's just
Lower still.
It's somehow lower.
Somehow plummeted.
in contrast to your brother. Then again,
It's
those
going down a little bit slower now.
Great. I'm glad I could slow the
it's
momentum.
gone from like plummeting to like sub-terminal
Free falling?
velocity. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Plummeting to like, like in skydiving, you like spread
Maybe
your
gliding.
arms, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were like you
Yeah.
were like
Got the
pencil diving
surface
and now
area,
you're like squirreling,
Yeah.
Okay.
flying squirreling.
All right. You know what? I can
That's-
accept that.
Probably a term for something else.
Flying squirrel.
Yeah, you probably
Okay,
don't.
but then there's
Sounds like a-
there's more, and this there's even more. because after I verbally communicate to Lane, quote, I already saw you as a mighty being, but somehow now you've surpassed my greatest expectations. And he says, I kid you not, he says, thanks, man, you too.
Aw, that's
I
sweet.
love him. I love Lane.
A blossoming love story.
Oh, he's the
Amazing.
best.
And then I'm like, by the way, I noticed that you've got your Switch Lite. And he's like, yeah, I've been like working on something for a while, and I just take it with me if I have a break. And I was like, oh, that's cool. It makes like a work break. Lunch and stuff.
Is he Super Mario Maker 2 God?
So I asked him if he's playing Animal Crossing, because it seems like everybody is, and he goes,
Who
no,
isn't?
I haven't gotten that yet. I'm trying to perfect my Mario Odyssey speed run. This guy is literally a speedrunner. And then he was telling me about how he tried to speedrun Celeste, but like the post game was just making him like angry all the time. So he's like, he was like, but yeah, I spent like a couple of weeks just getting the best times I could. And he was what was the other one? He was talking about he's working on Mario. He had done Celeste. There was some other game that he said that he like had a pretty darn fast speed run. And it was just,
seems like peak condition, really,
Yeah.
truly.
Is he on speedruns.com?
He's a god.
I don't know. That's a good question. We were in the middle of talking when somebody said, hey, somebody forgot to take out the trash. And I was like, oh, it was me. I forgot.
He
I didn't
made
really
the
forget.
cartoon running noise like do 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 do, you know, it was
Yeah.
exactly like that.
The Scooby-Doo sound of like
The Scooby Doo, yeah.
And then he
He
had
audibly
already-
did say "rut-row raggy" when someone said somebody didn't take out the trash.
Yeah.
somebody didn't take it. I'm bad at it.
You're
I
so bad.
gave it my best shot.
Listen,
y'all.
listen, you tried. You miss
Yeah.
100% of the shots you don't take. You know what I mean?
And
That's true. I feel like you don't
missed
miss
that
if you
shot
don't
too.
shoot.
You missed
I feel like
that
you don't-
shot too.
You know what? That is true. You don't miss if you don't shoot.
And I shot and I missed. So I'm
But you
worse
very
than
well
before.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
Man, so he's
Yeah,
just
so
like an
we weren't
almighty
able
being.
to finish our conversation because he was
Mhm.
on his way out and I had to finish my job. But I was just like, what the heck, dude? Man of culture, just one after the other,
Yeah.
always impressing me.
Wow, truly a renaissance man.
Could
Yeah,
we
really.
the next time you see him, could you ask him if he wants to be on an episode?
I've asked him, and I don't know if he's watched the podcast. He texted me. Actually, I forgot. There's more. He
Ooh.
texted me a while ago and said, "Hey, can you remember the name of your podcast?" And I assume he's seen it, but I don't know
Yeah.
for sure. He is, after all, a very busy man.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
Hold on, I gotta find.
He's
this.
always making knives.
Lane, if you're listening though, you're a cool guy. Straight up.
Indeed.
I agree.
Like we kind of have
I'd
the
check it,
meme, the meme of him being a god, which is not a meme. It's true, but
Mhm.
apart from that, just an interesting, fun, nice person.
Yeah, he's just a cool
I'd shake
guy.
his hand.
So this was Monday that this all went down. Tuesday, he texts me. He messaged me through our like Chick-fil-A app before to ask about the podcast.
Yeah.
He texted me, which I don't know how he got my number, but I
Isn't
guess
it
it's just
like
clairvoyance.
it's
clairvoyant.
yeah, he just knows everyone's number. Like
Is the Chick-fil-A app similar to that one app they have in China? What's the one?
TikTok.
No, no, the one app that monitors everything they do.
Oh.
Fuck, Too Mad made a joke on.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Social credits or
yes,
something.
Social credits.
app,
Yeah.
Is it similar to that?
It's the same app. We just
Completely rebanded. They just gave it a reskin. Okay.
yeah, just red. They just chose the red color scheme.
Yeah, the
They,
Chick-fil-A.
they're just renting it for a while.
So
From Comrade Jinping.
yeah. So Lane texts me. He says, "Heyo, this is Lane. Period. Just double checking. I clicked the right number. We are vibing, correct?" I said,
Of course.
"This is Matt. If you're trying to reach, and I stay vibing." He said, haha, that is who I was trying to reach. And I said, epic, and he said, epic indeed. That was the end of the interaction.
That's all you
I
need,
love him.
baby.
I love him. He's the
I was like,
best.
What more
wait.
do you want?
I mean, of course I want more, but also I'm satisfied.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know, you can't.
It's the paradox of perfection.
Greedy. It
Yeah.
really is.
But I was like concerned because I was like, wait, we vibing? Are we like going? Do we have like plans? And then it was just like, no, I'm just asking if we're both vibing currently. I was like, yes, in fact, beautiful.
I'm pretty sure my microphone just picked up that big bite of crust I got.
Yeah, I
So
heard
it did.
I didn't hear it.
You're welcome.
it was great.
Yeah.
Here, listen
I
to
hope
the
I
crunch
gave
of
you
the
some of
steak.
the tinglies, you know?
Oh, dude, that's a crunchy steak.
It was a crunchy
Hey,
steak.
wait, guys. I got my camera working.
Oh, you did.
Oh, what?
Finally. Oh yeah. There he is. There's Jonah.
Jonah, it's so good
Yeah.
to see you.
Bro, where'd you get that suit?
Yeah.
What are you talking
Looking
about?
pretty good.
Oh,
if I might-
that's
if I
just his
can say.
skin. That's just his skin.
Bro, why
Yeah.
you naked? Oh,
Oh no, we can't show them. We have to
May
blur
I
that.
say, you're radiant. It's like you're glowing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. I love it.
hold on, let me think of a corn pun.
Yep.
Uh,
Everybody shut up.
I'm so corny right now.
Jacob, shut up. It's coming. He's got it.
Jacob's a real corn dog.
Jonah, I ask one thing in this whole podcast. Lee's got it. He's going to bring it home.
Got this.
It's going to be a fucking zinger. Come on, baby. Home
You got
stretch.
this, man.
Pull it in.
If I had to quantify how good you looked right now, I'd say it's about
Corn.
the size of a cornucopia. Thanks, man.
There it is, folks. There it is,
There we
ladies and
go.
gentlemen. That's the podcast,
Out of
everybody.
10.
Thanks for listening.
All right, this is the
So
end of the
good to be here.
podcast. This is the last podcast
right.
we're gonna do. We can't beat this.
Bye, guys.
Oh, he came back. Damn.
Funny
was good.
joke.
Joke.
All right, guys.
My, my goal for this
Go ahead.
podcast is to make Ben choke and die on his food.
I just might. You might not even have to do anything. I might just do it on my own.
That sounds like a
That'd be cool.
threat or like something mean. He just wants him to go out on top.
Yeah,
Like in a
Yeah,
good mood.
listen. I
Because-
stay winning right now.
he's a
All
top.
downhill from here.
Better die quick.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Speaking of which,
Cheers for that.
Y'all hear that?
crack him if you
Oh,
got
that was-
him.
That was good.
Grip him and rip him, baby.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hell
Here's
yeah.
mine. That was my water.
that was good. That was great.
Thank you.
How about this one, guys?
Please
Drop
put it
it.
in the water.
Do it, coward.
Oh, he's doing
there it goes.
Oh,
look good.
Oh, he got us.
He's
He got
slick.
us,
He's
dude.
slick.
Yeah, I actually was concerned for a moment.
Listen, they had me in the first half. You know, like the meme. You know, like the meme.
That'll like ruin
Yeah,
You know,
good meme.
like the
That's
meme.
kinda like the meme.
Oh, like the
meme.
I
Yeah,
get it
it's good.
now.
Listen, I got jokes. All right.
Well, I haven't heard any.
Where do you keep them? I have like
If I told you, I would be compromised.
I was going to go and steal them. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
lie.
Please.
Like I've
do
got a
not lie.
decent stash, but like they're kind of
No,
like just
you
the
gotta
small
stay
ones.
stocked.
Like I already used the big
Mhm.
meaty ones, and I've just
Yeah.
got like the small, like gross
You see-
crumbs left.
You see, that's the kicker. Is you gotta save. You gotta ration those big ones as good as you
do.
can. You know.
I just spilled Dr Pepper cream soda straight up on my belly, just on my like cloth
That
laden
is
belly.
amazing.
Cloth laden belly.
Cloth laden
That's a
belly.
powerful string of words.
It is.
Does that even make sense? All right, guys.
Okay,
I thought
it
it would
checks
be
out.
nice. I thought it'd be nice for our many listener to to provide what may be helpful in this time of need, of boredom and difficulty. Though we may be seeing the sun at the end of the tunnel. Either that, or it's just another train.
Is that the analogy?
No,
sun
it's
at the
really
end of the
not.
No, it's not.
You know
It's
what?
the
No,
light.
I like
Isn't
it.
the light at the end of the
No.
tunnel?
It's- what kind of
It's the
what kind of
sun
light?
now.
It's a
What
sun.
kind of
now.
light? At the end of a tunnel, it's gonna be outside. The only light
Sunlight.
you're gonna see is sunlight. So unless
True.
again, unless
Well,
it's
unless
just
it's
another train.
nighttime.
Unless the tunnel exits into a bigger, more well lit tunnel. I mean,
You know, I
Wait,
really hadn't thought that
It's,
far ahead.
guys,
Isn't the
end of
world
tunnel
just a
is
big
just
tunnel?
Tunnel 2.
the sequel to Tunnel.
Tunnel 2. If
I
Tunnel
really
was so good, where's Tunnel 2?
Guys, when's Valve gonna come out with Tunnel 3?
No, wait, guys, it's the channel.
That was my joke.
big channel.
That was what.
Channel.
Channel.
All right, guys.
You know the channel is a real thing, right?
Oh, no, I know. Yeah,
Wait,
that's why I said it.
What?
Oh, okay.
It's,
Okay.
it's
I
the
also-
tunnel under the
It's-
English
it's under the English channel.
The
Oh,
channel.
okay.
Yes.
Oh.
It's actually
That's
called the
actually
Tunnel?
what they call it, though. They call it the channel.
That's really weird.
Yeah, and they say
Anyways.
Tuesday.
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 And go every day because I eat all the time.
And YouTube.
You guys know where this?
They call
Yeah,
it
you guys know where this
YouTube.
podcast is going? Is YouTube.
Hey guys,
We may
for
share
the
it on
rest
Twitter.
for the rest of the podcast, I will be mute.
Podcast.
Podcast. Instagram.
Guys, Jacob muted himself.
Jacob, your mic's muted. Your mic's
I
muted.
think his
Bud.
mouth is muted, actually.
Nah, gotta be the microphone. Gotta be the
Gotta
microphone.
be.
Oh,
Wait, what's
I love the Blue
Bro,
Man Group.
It's the same
For
tape
those-
that he uses to hold
George,
up. Yeah.
for those
the heart
of
the
you
beating
who,
heart of our nation.
for the audio watchers, Jacob has applied what appears to
I
be a
think it's
painter's tape,
painter's tape. Yeah.
a painter's tape
Yeah.
to his lips,
Confirmed
both-
painter's tape.
both upper and lower. He is now
Yeah,
doing
he's getting
some
a little
sort
hog wild with it.
of, advanced process of unfurling what appears to be a cylinder coated in the tape, and he is
Oh.
muting his eyeballs.
He's
Just his left
he's muted.
eyeball.
He's muted his left eye. Yeah.
He looks. If you had. Oh, he
It
seems to be
hurts so
reverting.
much.
Okay, he's reverted to his
My
original
eye
state.
was open when I put it on. It was on my eyeball.
Also, I would like for our audio watchers to note that Jonah indeed does have his camera on, and he is indeed not just displaying an image of a man in a corn costume.
No,
Yeah,
he's
definitely not.
Totally not. My eye.
Anyways, guys, what I was
Oh
trying
my
to about 35 minutes ago is I think it might be advantageous to those who consume our content to list off maybe some possible games that might be excellent to play during this quarantine.
Mhm.
Wrote down best games to connect with your house locked homies, and I didn't write down any examples.
good.
But I see Ben's hand up.
Yeah, I would like to submit Jax.
That was that Jack's Box games that you referred
No,
to?
the
no,
fast
no,
food
no.
restaurant.
No,
Oh,
no.
Jack's like you drop the ball. and
Jax
try to
like
pick
the
him up.
with the spiky things and the ball.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
I
That-
agree.
Okay, how do you?
You gotta throw the ball really far. At least.
Does anybody under 60 know how to play jacks anymore?
I know how to play. I used to
I-
play. Cause
You know,
I-
somehow I'm not surprised.
I'm not. That's not a correction.
Oh, that's right. I am 63.
You old ass man.
You're not wrong.
Jacob Boomer confirmed. Ben, I'm
am
not
a
gonna lie.
boomer.
You eating that pizza is giving me a hankering. I've just eaten two
Wait,
entire
Wait,
funny.
you
steaks,
actually know how
and
to
I'm
play
just like, I want pizza.
Watching Ben eat this pizza is the funniest part of this podcast.
I
If you're an
laugh
audio
every
listener, you need to come
Do-
watch the
Do you
video.
actually know how to play jacks?
I do, yeah. Yeah, you throw it and you can pick up as many jacks as possible,
Yeah,
and then
now
you
you can
can
get
catch
more.
the ball.
Oh, you know what? I knew how to play too. I just kind
That's
of
actually true. I remember learning when I was like 3 and then forgetting until just now.
wait. Like how
I remembered on my own though
painful
completely.
to me. Like who? I don't know. The jacks just seem like really like.
I like to play jacks with actual like landmines, and then just
Landmines?
and then a
No.
bowling ball.
Now,
Okay.
the way I was taught how to play jacks was you go around town, you hang up these posters, and it's like the ones like with the tabs at the bottom, and it says if you're named Jack, please call this number. And then so we get like hundreds of calls a day, and be like, "I boys, we're meeting up in this abandoned warehouse," and then I get this like giant, you know what a medicine ball is, right? It's like a giant
Yeah.
heavy ball.
Like the sports ones, yeah.
Yeah.
For sports.
And so you get on a forklift and you go up and you get all these men named Jack to like crowd around beneath you.
I have a question.
Okay, I'll answer it.
How sweaty are the Jacks?
As sweaty as possible. Just like
It's a very
so-
warm
That's
warehouse.
hard mode.
Yeah.
When they're
Like,
sweaty.
It's like a
the-
greased up pig.
the air
Yeah.
conditioner in the warehouse is set at 102 degrees at all times, no matter what.
Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Celsius.
Or Kelvin. Okay.
Kelvin.
Calvin.
Kelvin.
It'd be a very
But-
cold warehouse.
But you're up on the forklift, and you throw the medicine ball up in the air, and then you push the button on the forklift so it lowers you down slowly. And then you just wait till you get to the bottom. Then you run around and just like pick up all these people named Jack. And then you like,
Okay.
and then you wait for the ball to come down, and you have to like catch it in your arms. So it just like
On the jacks.
Yeah, so it just like slams through them.
I have another question.
Okay, I'll answer.
So, did you think that because this medicine ball was weighted, that it would come down slower than an actual ball?
I was hoping no one would notice.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that. Because it definitely would not.
You just have to throw it really, really high.
Though really, really high.
It would just be the complete opposite of what you're
Jacob's
thinking.
like, yeah, ping pong balls fall really fast, and like bowling balls and
Heavy
balls, they
weighted
just, like,
balls.
they gotta really like slowly
God, they
plow
just
through
take
that
forever,
air.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So much more surface area.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly.
Jonah's got it. That's
Well,
the
it's just,
ticket.
you know, it's harder to move something that's heavy. Like it's harder to push it, so it'd be
Yeah,
harder
so-
for it.
so-
Why would
so
the
we
air
have
have
the
an
air
easier
to,
time?
like,
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, air is
It would
so
be
weak.
equally as
How would
hard.
it be able to push the ball?
I could beat the
I-
shit out
dude,
of
I
air.
can just
Just-
push air around
this.
all the time.
Get him. Get
I'll
him.
knock
Let's
air
sick
out
'em.
right now. I'll knock him out.
Oh, the bicycle technique.
Oh.
Powerful. He almost
It's
ate
kind
it.
of weird to think about air.
Yeah,
'cause we
but the
don't
air
really
ate it
just, like,
more-
think
more.
about it being there, but when you like move it, you're like, oh, there's something here.
Yeah.
I just be breathing.
I'll just be like,
I was also thinking about what if
Jonah.
like you got your body to the theoretical 0 Kelvin and your atoms didn't move anymore. What would that feel like?
it'd feel like this. Dang it, Ben beat me to the punch.
Hey Lee, are you like crouched on a chair right now?
Correct.
Proud of you, boy.
This is my
Here we
favorite
go.
position. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm
Yeah.
usually in this position.
Yeah,
It's
I almost always
intimidating, I'm gonna be
have my
honest.
knees up like this when I'm sitting at my
You're
I'll
like
often-
slightly leaned forward, and I feel like I could be in mortal danger, but I might not be.
What, when you
also, like, I'm
slowly
so
move forward,
unassuming
your
that you
camera,
feel-
like focused like more on your face than the background.
Oh, no,
Such
he's
a
gonna
threat
kill us.
pose.
He's gonna kill us.
That's when the JoJo menacing text pops up.
Yeah.
Is that
was a
a
joke.
reference?
Now there's our anime reference for the podcast.
Yeah, dang it! I had another one.
There's
set up,
only
now I
one.
can't use it. Hey, write that. We don't do it again. Already did it. Okay, you got it. Thanks. All right, I told
Is
our.
that your producer, Jimbly?
Yes.
Kimberly and
name?
Jim
don't
Lee.
don't ask what
What's
the N
the N?
stands for. Don't ask.
Don't please. His parents are very mean. He's
Yeah.
Japanese, so
No,
his
he's-
first his
He-
like his last name is his like first
Yeah.
name, and so his parents got to pick that one. They just
He
picked
is
the N straight up.
he is actually H.P. Lovecraft's cat. If you know H.P. Lovecraft's cat's name.
Hold on.
He's
I know
looking
this, but I'm not looking it up right now.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say it's probably not worth the Google for everybody listening.
Okay,
probably
Just a
no,
hunch.
probably not.
good because I haven't done that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
no, you're definitely not.
totally not.
Listen, I was just looking it up to make sure that's what Google thought. I definitely knew the name of the cat.
I went to pictures because I thought it was gonna be. Never mind. Yeah, not.
I definitely knew the name of the cat. I was just testing you all to see if I knew how to Google.
Okay, yeah.
And lo and behold,
10
he
out of
does.
10 out of
Checks
10
out.
would not recommend Googling.
Mean
And that's
Yeah,
not
definitely
10 out like that's not like 10 good out of 10 good. That's
That's
10 bads out of
those
10
are 10
bads.
in the units of bad.
yeah,
unit of bad.
10 bad units of not recommendation.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, as if we've been on topic at all, the reason I thought of the best games to connect your house.
Oh
lock
God, that's
homies-
what we were talking about.
Yeah, we were at some point. I don't know. The point of this show is chaos. Was Jackbox Games, which is really funny that we were talking about Jack's because that was Jackbox Games,
Yeah.
which, if you don't know, it's basically one person hosts. Oh, Brisbane Wiener had a question.
Does Jackbox games also require an incredibly heavy and slow-moving ball? Asking for a friend.
Two medium weighted
Notwithstanding, no.
balls.
2 medium balls. You got
It
it.
is
man.
recommended.
Notwithstanding
it is
or
rec-
withholding.
Yeah.
It is
All right,
recommended but not
10%.
required.
But one thing that is
Fun
required
place
is
not to
at
eat.
least 100 sweaty men named Jack.
Right. That's still
Yeah,
necessary.
listen, you cannot.
They
go with
they
that.
They have to be in a box.
Are there
surprise
any
when you
games-
play
Are
the
there
game.
Yeah,
any
if you-
games that you don't need that?
No, I think every single
really
game in the
don't.
world needs that.
Women's
Fortnite.
water polo.
Fortnite, yeah, Fortnite's the one.
Oh yeah, Fortnite.
No, but
That's
there
very
are
good.
100 sweaty men.
No, they're not
In-
sweaty.
No,
They're not sweaty,
They're ju-
and none of them are named Jack. These are the least perspirant Jills I've ever seen.
And also, they're all young boys.
Mm-hmm. Just like Ben.
Don't that.
Yeah, do not.
Do
You were
not
supposed to go. You were
that.
supposed to go.
You can't.
Oh,
You're supposed to go.
Ew,
They're all
gross
just
boys.
No, yuck.
you're supposed to respond with, "No thanks. That's why I don't play Fortnite. I like older women."
Yeah. Not for me.
Not for. I don't. It's
I don't
I'll
partake.
pass.
I don't
can't be
partake.
canceled now. I just confirmed.
Yeah, I don't partake in it. So you can't.
So have
cancel
fun in
me.
the clink, Jacob. Anyway, you're talking about Jackbox.
Yeah, basically one person's going to open it up and then live stream that screen to others, and they get to join this various games. One about discovering who's the secret alien.
Mhm.
One,
That's a fun one.
where you have a question and you vote for who has the funniest answer. I've been playing with my brothers and other siblings. Typically, we don't do both because my two older brothers. I'm watching you, Ben. My two older brothers.
No idea what you're talking about.
Me neither. I just am letting you know that I am watching you.
Yeah, at all times.
Like I've got 4 live feeds right here.
Is that what that is?
Only watching yours.
I thought that was just my regular blinking light.
Nope.
That's in
I
the
thought
corner
that
of my
was, you know,
room.
I was
The
thought that was
one
just
that
like
everyone
a
has.
spider in the corner of my room. It's an entire red camera. Wow. Okay.
That's crazy.
I only watch in HD, 4K.
8K.
True
is
force.
what-
True
Not
for-
like a sportscaster. I only watch it in HD.
It's truck month. Watch it in HD.
Toyota-thon. 2020 Toyota.
Honda days.
I remember. I don't know what. I don't. I'm not a car enthusiast, but I just have this. This is actually a sneak peek into next episode, which we're going to be discussing memories that just stick with you way too good. And I've got lots of them.
Oh, I got
But
one.
one of
bad
these I remember is I grew up in California, and there's this commercial where it would just go, Massey Nissan, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but it became just a household joke that we just would say
Bars.
Massey Nissan regularly, and I think,
Bars.
I mean, I can only assume that it was some sort of car commercial.
Yeah,
But
it-
that
That
it's,
would
been
check
anything.
out.
it's
would.
probably
Could've
like the name of a Nissan
Yeah.
dealership. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, we've
that's
got
why I
plenty of those around here.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, when you live in a small town, especially a rural area, I would say 20 to 25% of the developed populace are car dealerships, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we also maybe 0.1% of those are cable TV stations.
Yeah.
Now you can see the disproportionate number of car dealerships to cable TV stations, right?
Right.
And there's only so much time in a 24-hour period. 24 hours to be exact.
Oh, that's how. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Crazy how that works out.
Yeah.
So, as I'm sure you can imagine, all of those dealerships would like to advertise to the 1,000 people that live in a 100-mile radius, right? So, what they do is between in the 5-minute commercial slot time, they somehow pack 6 minutes of car commercials in, which is crazy. And
That's insane.
all of them have awful jingles like that. So that is my my entire existence as a rural townsman. is
I
what
would
they call
like-
us.
I would like us to make an ad for our show, and the ad is every bit of it is just a car commercial, except for every time that it would have said like the brand name, it says the name of the show, and every
So
time it
you-
would have said car or vehicle, it says podcast.
So what
but
you're
it still
doing
talks
is you're
about, like-
ripping a car commercial, right?
Yeah.
And then you
100%.
get the Twitch voice to text thing for donations, and you just replace the words with text to speech.
Yeah, and any
Yeah.
text on screen is just like badly like trapped
Comic
in-
Sans.
Yeah, comics.
Okay.
And then
I think this is effective.
yeah,
Me
but
too,
it'll
I
still
agree.
talk about like miles per gallon
Mhm.
and the
Still
track,
applicable.
the tread of the tires. It's all still things that apply to a podcast. So
Uh-huh.
Yeah, of course.
I'm thinking that'll
four-wheel
work out.
drive, like an LCD screen.
able to plow
Sunroof.
through 18 pedestrians before coming to an abrupt halt. It's
That's
just things-
impressive.
That's very impressive.
Usually I only get about 12.
Wow, I mean,
Orange.
that's not bad though.
not bad.
Orange.
You know, we all start so
Orange.
This podcast is not orange.
No, this podcast has entered orange mode. Orange only.
I freaking hate orange.
Orange only. You know what? Orange is the worst color.
Now we're in
Thank you.
brown mode.
Thank you.
We're in Brown
Okay.
Town.
Now we're in Brown Town.
I'm gonna pull a sharp U and exit Browntown real fast.
And
hey,
now
hey
we're-
guys, hey guys. I guess I want to say about
Why don't you say it then?
about like 50 minutes ago, because we started recording about 45 minutes ago. About 50 minutes ago, I was in the room right on the other side of like this camera, which happens to be a bathroom.
Oh, what?
I took a very
Despicable.
I took a very bad dumpy. I like sat
vulgar.
down. I wasn't
That's
expecting anything abnormal, but then the first half was just completely liquid.
Hi, 911. I'd like to report a shit and farter.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's him again. Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, how
Sorry,
much time before
take a phone call.
how much time before they show up?
About 15 minutes.
10 to
Okay.
20 years.
We'll wrap
but
it up by then.
him being on that phone call reminds you of something that happened yesterday, which included Lee and Jonah.
What the fuck?
Sure.
Not you,
okay.
Ben.
What?
Because you suck.
But I don't
No,
know.
Ben was there.
Podcast.
Who do you think I was on the phone with, Jacob?
Oh, you were talking to
Okay.
Ben. Okay.
So okay, Jacob. I want
That's
you to
improv, ladies and gentlemen.
What did you
I
just
punched
do?
my microphone.
Nice.
That's what they call the
Sorry,
yes
audio
ands,
listeners.
kind of.
Yes, and.
All right, Jacob. I want you to lay the scene out, and then I'm going to act
Okay.
out my actions.
Okay. So yesterday I went on a date with a girl. Surprisingly.
Sorry. I'll compose myself.
Wait, how?
I don't know. We went to the park, and we're walking around the park, and we're talking, and like we're there for like an hour and a half, right? And then we're like, okay, we're gonna like go sit down at these picnic tables now. And so we sat down. We were talking for like a few seconds. It was so fast, and then it's your turn, Lee.
Busted.
It's your turn, Lee.
All right, cut to Lee.
I rescind my you busted joke. It wasn't very good, and I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I did not bust.
So we cut from the scene of this beautiful date to me in my car. All right.
Oh,
I've just come from an interview. Pizza Hut, matter of fact. It's looking pretty good, guys.
You can't out pizza them.
I'm not gonna out pizza the Hut. I'm gonna
You
help
can try.
pizza out pizza everyone else.
Good. They
Um,
need it.
So I'm
That's
I'm
good for
driving.
the
I'm feeling
brand.
I'm feeling pretty good, right? I'm driving. I drive like this.
Like a 90s gangster. Powerful.
There's a Simpsons reference.
Yeah.
I've never watched an episode of Simpsons. Oh wait, no, my bad. I actually drive like this. All right.
That's
Anyway.
descriptive.
Yeah, and then
For you audio listeners, he turned over completely on his face and then put his toes around the steering wheel that just kind of showed up.
Yeah. It's just like
I had our producer,
That was a really good
Producer
description.
Jim Blee.
Jim Blee. I had him just
Yeah.
bring in a
a car.
steering wheel real quick.
Yeah,
whole car.
He drove a car through your wall.
Crazy. Just right through the wall.
No, it's just the car that's in his room.
Oh,
Right, but like Jim
Everyone has
Lee
one.
How
just
can I be
kinda
so
backed
foolish?
it up real quick
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
took it back.
Yeah.
So that all happened.
It's
and
his
then I'm at
car
the
bed, his race car bed.
His Lightning
You may have
McQueen bed.
noticed it was Lightning McQueen. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Ka-chow. So I'm at the park at this point in the story, if you've been tracking. And I notice Jacob is there. And I was going to text Jacob, let him know that I was going to be there because we were going to hang out 6 feet apart. But he was already there. And so I just walk along the track, and he's not facing me. And I'm hoping that the girl doesn't point him out. And I'm
Wait,
just
there's a movie called 6 Feet Apart that I never saw.
You're right.
we need to watch it. We all need to watch
We need
it.
to watch
It's
it together.
and
It's
it's,
a love
similar.
story.
It's like two fuckers who are, that was aggressive. Who are so sick and ill that they can't get
They're so
closer than 6
malformed,
feet
little
or they will
idiots.
die.
Those
But they're in
stupid-
love and they want to smooch. And that's the movie.
They're so
I never
dumb.
saw
They're
it,
malformed.
but I
little
just had this epiphany
jerks.
that I'm sure someone on Twitter has already made 1,000 times.
Probably.
Why don't they just stretch out their lips all the way the whole distance?
He's
I
6
can't.
feet.
I'm not in love, so they're
Like
not
that one
stretching.
Star Wars character.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Okay.
Really?
Actually, no, dude. Yes, it's like
That's
the. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what they're called. They're gross.
Is he moist?
It's a she.
Relatively, she's. It's the singer, right? It's the singer.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a singer in
yeah.
episode 6.
Yeah, I
She's
know.
very talented.
Yeah,
There's
she
also
is,
one of
honestly.
those
Yeah.
I think in Solo.
Clone
too.
Wars.
Yeah, there is.
Is there in
I actually-
Solo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually
Have you
reached
seen
the
Solo,
might be-
Ben?
I have.
you,
Good flick.
Ben, have you
Yeah,
seen
it's
Solo?
really
It's actually-
Ben
it's actually not
Solo.
bad.
Ben Solo.
Ben Solo.
Solo.
It's fucked up.
Okay. Continue the story.
Wait.
Spoilers.
Well, I actually want to let you guys know. You may know I do music. I reached out to actually the
I can tell by the
singer and-
upside down ukulele.
That's right. And the Live Laugh Love calendar from last episode. So I actually reached out to the long-lipped singer from Star Wars for a feature. She hit me up. We're collabing now.
I'm a musician now too.
So, anyways, the next thing in the story that occurred.
Next thing I know, it's 3 weeks later. I'm on the floor.
I got no kidneys. They were gone. No scars either.
So,
My internet just decided to like leave for a second, and so I just came back to Jacob just saying I got no kidneys.
Listen, you didn't miss much there. That's pretty
No.
much how it went down.
we
Yeah,
were
okay.
silent. We were silent for 5 seconds, and then Jacob said, "I got no kidneys."
Yeah, it's true.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Continue the
So-
story.
So I'm walking. I'm sort of sneaking, but like casually, so it looks like I'm just maybe like just taking a stroll, which I was, but with ulterior motives, which was to come up behind Jacob and to walk past him. And as I walk past him, I say, in definitely what would be considered an outside voice,
Mm-hmm.
I say, "Oh, the most gay person I know? Probably Jacob. Yeah, Jacob Hezekiah. I'll say your
Blank.
last name for you."
Thank you.
And then I said, "Not even gay like a slur. He's very homosexual." Yeah. Okay, Mom. I love you. Bye. Call Ben Mom.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his date did not really seem very amused
No.
at all.
She told me after that she thought she was talking about someone else, and she was about to tell me, "Wait, there's someone else named your name?"
Your entire full name, which also I made up that middle name.
Yeah, my middle name is not Hezekiah. I wish
That
I
would
think
be a
it's
powerful
Horatio.
middle name.
it would, but then Leader said, "Oh hey guys."
Yeah, and then I was like, "Okay, Mom. I love you. Bye." Oh, hey guys. Immediate rotation and acknowledgement. And then I just sat by them and ate my Chick-fil-A sandwich.
and played Weird Al.
Yeah, I did play Weird Al, specifically the hardware store song.
Mhm.
If you haven't heard it, he spits
Not a bad
straight
choice.
Straight bars. And
Personally, I'm a big
I-
fan of Fat. A parody of
Fat.
Michael Jackson's Bad.
Very
Mhm.
good. Very good.
Amish
I'm
Paradise is a classic.
I'm pretty certain
White
that,
nerdy.
that before like I introduced you to my date, that she thought you were a random crackhead that was just walking around the park saying hi to people and telling them how gay they were. I can almost guarantee it.
I love that.
It's so funny.
I wish, honestly, I wish that I didn't know you, and I wish that was actually me.
Yes,
I
I
was
wish
that
you were
person.
a homeless
A
crackhead.
random crackhead who just walks up to people, accuses them of being gay, not in a negative way, just in a factual
Yes,
analysis
just
of their person,
gay.
and then joins them in their date.
yeah.
with Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I really should have gotten pizza at Pizza Hut, honestly,
You should.
because I was just there, and then but
Nobody
I
out
went to
Pizza
Pizza Hut.
Hut, you know what I mean?
Nobody.
True.
Chick-fil-A
No one.
cannot out Pizza the Hut. They can't even
Not even
out
my homemade oven pizza.
make pizza.
McPizza.
However,
that
you know what
crunch.
Gus and Eddie would say?
Jax. Wait, no, is
That
it
Jax.
Is it Jax?
Yeah,
It's-
it's actually.
it's
I'm pretty
Jax.
sure it is Jack.
Wow.
Pizza.
There's a lot
We're
of
having a triple Jack here.
Jacks in this
This
episode.
is a pretty Jack-heavy episode.
hey guys,
I'm thinking
okay, I got an idea.
Jack's- Jack's films.
I got an idea, okay? Hey, we should go all
This
these
episode's gonna be
Jacks.
titled "Can you find all 3 Jacks in this episode?"
Hey, I got an idea. We should get
Not
all the
clickbait.
Jacks from this episode and have them fight to the death. And we can call the event a Jack Off.
Whoa, that's a good name too.
Thank you. I
That's
came
really
up with
clever.
it on the spot.
Honestly, I'm surprised it hasn't been taken.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything
Yeah,
else.
it's crazy that that's just a brand new idea you've come up with.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When did you come up with that?
2
When
seconds.
did you come up with that?
Don't.
What?
What? Wait, what?
You know.
What?
I got an eyelash in my eye. You put an eyelash in my eye, Ben.
This is also an
Screw you.
episode where Jacob gets numerous things in his eyes.
True though. And this was
Next
the other
one
eye.
is a brick.
Oh god.
Both eyes.
Like Home Alone when he throws the brick off
Oh
the
dude, that
ceiling and
scene.
kills him.
It would have just crushed his skull in.
Absolutely dead.
Although
did
that
in
is
the Vsauce
one of my
version.
favorite
Vsauce 3.
movies. Home Alone 2 is better than Home Alone
What?
1. Mark my
I know
words.
he did Home Alone. He did Home Alone 1, not 2.
Home Alone 2 is
I
a
don't
pretty
even-
solid flick
I
though.
don't
It
even
is.
like
Close,
Home Alone.
close to home, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I live
Alone.
in New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close to Home Alone.
I've always
It
wanted
is
to
close to
visit
Home Alone.
New York in the winter just because of that movie.
Because,
I
was it
recommend
because
December.
Donald Trump was in it.
And Donald Trump was in it.
Actually true. I went to that
True.
hotel and in the same exact hallway where Donald Trump was like, it's at the left or whatever. I went there like a month ago.
Wow.
Whoa,
I'm
bro.
proud of you, bro.
It was crazy.
Proud
And then I
of you.
went downstairs because they have this big like mall thing in the basement of the Plaza Hotel
Really?
for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not that big. It's like kind
At
of
least
big, I
6
guess.
inches.
How many
And then I
inches?
had udon noodle soup.
Oh, I hate you so much.
It's
Packed
great.
with
And then like
passion.
an hour earlier, I had eaten the best sashimi of my entire life, which was ridiculously
heck,
expensive because
dude?
it was in New York City.
Yeah.
It was a good day.
Yeah.
Good
I
day.
hate you.
You know what I mean? And
Hey,
then,
you know what? I'm happy
great
for you. I
story.
don't care what Jacob says. Hey,
at
great
the end of
story.
that, oh no, listen, I got one. It's gonna
Okay.
knock your socks right the
I'm
fuck
ready.
off.
They're already off.
So, I go to New York for a day trip with my mother, and we meet my aunt down there, who's an actress and lives in Jersey
Oh.
City and commutes. And stuff.
Joyzy.
What's the most famous thing she's been in?
Please say porn.
All right. Well, not gonna answer that question anymore.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jacob.
I appreciate it.
So we get there. We have a full fun day at the city. We take the train in, and then we're leaving to go home at the end of the night. My mom and I,
Oh, wow.
and we go to crazy. I know, exhilarating.
Insane.
Wow.
So we're at Grand Central Station. We're waiting for our train. I had just eaten a slice of pizza and a donut because I don't care about my health.
Respect.
And so at the bottom of Grand Central Station, there's also a similar food area to like there was in the Plaza Hotel, but at a bit of a larger scale. So on the right of me, I was looking at all of these restaurants, and to my left, there's an eating area, and the eating area is separated by a few partition walls. I know this sounds like a bunch of stupid details, but it matters. I promise.
I believe you.
So I'm looking at the food. I look over to my left at the first opening in the eating area. I see a man open a Mountain Dew Kickstart, upend the whole thing, maybe 30 seconds.
Wow.
Impressive. Mountain Dew
Very
Kickstarts
impressive.
are not that small, and I'm
No.
surprised his heart didn't implode like immediately.
That's
and
a
I'm
lot
like-
of caffeine.
Respect. I go back to looking at the food, round a corner, look at the next opening in the food area. This man is completely zonked, 100% asleep, snoring loudly. What? So of course I get my pizza and I sit next to him.
Yeah.
Just to see how long it would take for him to wake up. I
Mm-hmm.
was sitting there for maybe an hour. Did not wake up by the time I left New York City.
What the heck?
He might still be sleeping there to this day.
I'm
Probably
sorry.
is. He's
think he-
just tired.
No, I think he died.
I think his heart stopped from making that whole
I
kickstart.
think his.
If snoring is what happens when you die, then yeah, maybe.
It wasn't
I
snoring,
think
just
when you're-
farts.
It's post-mortem snoring.
when your heart
my
implodes.
favorite Death Grips cover band. Post-mortem snoring.
Honestly,
Amazing.
sounds great.
Yeah.
Wow.
I gotta
And that's
say,
my New York experience. Thanks for listening, everybody.
you're welcome. I have to say, there's nothing I love more on earth right now than watching Ben eat. It's
There's
really,
nothing on earth
it's really
that I
fun.
have ever loved more. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, there
oh
he
my
goes.
gosh, look
Oh,
at him
dude, he's going
go.
again. Look at him go, dude. Look at him chew. You chew that crust, Ben. You chew that crust.
Hey,
You got
listen,
this, man.
If you are not watching this on the YouTube, you're missing out because
You
Ben
really
is
are.
eating that pizza.
Mm.
I am eating pizza.
He's eating that pizza like
It's
an
creating a
MFer.
great audio experience.
Truly.
You may be able to. You know what? You probably can hear a bit of this.
A few
bit of-
crunches here and there.
and you know what?
I just
that's
mean
pretty
how
common.
often I've talked
few nibs.
my mouth filled to the brim with crust.
Filled to the absolute maximum.
Like,
It's like
he
Chubby
can't
Bunny in
breathe.
this bitch.
Wait a minute, guys. Did Chubby Bunny predict Big Chungus?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh wait,
You
you're
say that to
right.
me? On my fucking podcast.
All right.
Despicable.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, man.
All right, Jacob. What time are we at?
We are at exactly 1 hour.
All right,
Would you
perfect.
looky
This is what we're
there?
gonna do. We're all going to say one game that has multiplayer functionality that we enjoy. That's mine.
Okay, I have mine.
No,
Huge, big hot men.
okay. What system is that for?
Well, it can be any systems. Like you know
okay.
those systems. You know the systems that
Platform play.
you know the systems that are like just a joystick with like the AV cords.
Yeah.
It's like that, but instead of joystick,
Oh,
a
it's
penis.
plug and play. Okay.
Yeah. So you just get a man and you just grab his joystick and then you just like yank it around and yeah.
All right. Now there's a game.
I was actually
And that, folks, is gaming.
and that's gaming.
That's gaming.
Thanks for listening, everybody. This has been Dinner Date with the Boys.
This is Big Ben with the boys.
This has been
Oh, that's
Dinner
the
Date
new
with the
show.
Ben.
It's just Dinner Date with
Dinner
the
Date with the
Brisbane
Ben.
Wiener.
Nice.
Hey,
Hey,
you know what?
Jonah, say your
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, say your game, Jonah.
You gotta say your game.
Corn.
I've never heard of that one. What about you, Ben?
You know what? That's a great question. And I find myself thinking about this a lot, you know?
Mhm.
I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about video games to say on a podcast. It happens more than you might think.
Every day,
I mean,
at
But,
least.
you know, if I had to narrow it down to one and give one good solid answer and not stall at all so I could think of a video
Mhm.
game, it would definitely, without a doubt, without any question, 100% definitely be Knack 2.
Is that multiplayer? Never mind.
Probably
You
not.
said
It is.
You
Yeah,
said-
it's
you-
co-op.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
co-op.
I should.
Of course I knew that. I wouldn't
Knack
pick it if I
2,
didn't know that.
baby.
Shouldn't
Of
have
course
done
I
it.
knew that.
But for real though, MTG Arena is great.
Oh,
Gay.
Jonah is obsessed with Magic the Gathering area.
Witchcraft. You're gonna go to hell.
That's what my mom says.
True.
This is just the facts, you know?
Mm.
That's actually what your mom says.
That's actually what my mom used to say.
Yeah, my mom doesn't know what Magic is, but she would probably associate it with Dungeons and Dragons, which then she'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's hell invitation."
That's Satan worshiping. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew a
Totally.
kid in middle school who has since moved from where I live, who was regularly
Is he
talking
still in middle
about.
school?
He might be, you know, to this day.
Sorry, go on.
He regularly talked about playing Skyrim, which is a dragon and magic heavy game,
True.
in which you are a magical man who slays dragons.
Yes, I am.
You know, what a
He
crazy
is.
wacky game.
Insane.
And keep it more like 13. And he comes up to me one day, and I'm like chilling there. I had my Game Boy Advance SP or whatever, the one that flips open. It doesn't
yes.
suck.
What color was yours?
Mine was gray. I didn't.
Same.
Oh, all right, man. Listen,
Bruh.
we got to kiss now. I think is
Okay.
the.
I'm down.
I think that's the thing.
And name a time and place.
I guess Lee was not. Oh, okay.
He's left. Look at
For
that.
a second
game.
there, I thought you pulled out like a TI-84 calculator, and I was like,
This is my console.
"Rock on, dude."
This
This
is what
is-
I played Pokemon on.
This is my
Yeah.
prized possession. Honestly,
That's a
of
good.
all
I never had a color. I was not fortunate enough to get one.
You can see my
more like I
avocado
was
paint.
not old enough to get
Can you
one.
guys
at
see
the
my
time.
avocado
I
painting on
can.
the screen?
Yeah, it's very good.
This is
That's my favorite Game Boy Color game. Avocado.
This is the
game.
console.
Avocado paint.
This is the console I play on. It's an original set of 3D glasses from the movie Spy Kids 3D.
I was literally gonna ask if that was from Spy Kids 3D,
It
which is
is.
so crazy.
Yeah.
But
got
anyway,
Tetris
so I'm
there.
chilling there. I
Right.
got my Game Boy SP out, flicked open, playing some Pokemon Emerald or something, and
One
my
of the best
buddy
games
next to
ever.
me has got his Game Boy out, same color. He's playing Pokemon Ruby. We're living it up. We're having the time of our lives. We're playing Pokemon, right?
And then this other guy shows up. He's got Sapphire.
He shows up. His pants are down. He's on the floor. He's crying. It's crazy. So he shows up and we're like, hey man, you got Pokemon? You should play with us. And he was like, nah man, my mom doesn't let me play Pokemon because we're religious and the monsters will make you go to hell.
Oh, it's true.
Which is like fine if that's your
Which
belief.
is true.
It's just
But which I think
100%
is
true.
crazy. The crazy thing about that is how often this kid talked about how he played Skyrim prior to this encounter.
Yeah. Huh.
You know, and it's just a crazy mix-up world we live in,
It
and
is.
that's why I'm voting for Kanye West in the 2020.
Amen.
Right.
Let's go. I concur.
Well, I feel like we've come to a good agreement here,
Mhm.
which is, you know what? I think this is a perfect time to wrap it all up. Remember, guys, we still do not have a single review on Apple Podcasts, and if you
No,
did leave a review,
We have
we
one.
don't have any reviews besides the ones we left.
Yes.
Um,
We are lonely. Please.
Not funny.
No,
beg
I
you.
guess just I don't know. It seems like no one uses Apple Podcasts, but that's just not true.
Nah.
oh no,
I
a
fuck
lot
with
of people-
Spotify. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I have an iPhone.
You know what?
I fuck with
Yeah.
Spotify though.
I've been wanting to switch over to Spotify actually,
Mhm.
just because all my music is on Spotify. So
Yeah.
why wouldn't I also
Same.
just have my podcast? So I may try to do that soon. But Apple Podcast, or you could just tweet us.
Just tweet
However
us.
you feel, so leave a comment. However you feel so inclined. If you leave a review, we will review your review. Apple Podcast is the best one because then that will push us to the very tippity
Very
top of the
tippity
ring.
top.
We will be on the Billboard 100 podcasts.
We're coming for you, the Beatles.
The Beatles.
The Beatles.
No, but yeah,
Exactly.
rate, review, subscribe, like, upvote, share, whatever you want to do. And remember, guys, I'm workshopping this. All right. Well,
Okay.
I think this is gonna be a good one. Okay. Shoot, what was it? Oh, that's right. That's right. Remember, Ohana means family, and family means pizza. Have a good one if you want.
No one out Pieces the Hut. Listen to
No
Great
one
Unknown.
knows. Let's go. This was the great unknown.
I feel like I like that one though. Ohana means family, and family means pizza.
And pizza
Good
means
night. And then
keep your pants high or your spirits higher.
I feel like we
I'm
just
not
need to
letting
say
go.
goodnight.
I'm not
I
letting
feel
go
like
of that.
maybe you lost me at pants.
You lost me with pants.
You might have lost me at pants.
So Ben is clearly not a true listener. Our not contested, non-unanimously approved outro has been keep your pants high and your spirits higher.
You know, no, listen, I don't like these accusations that are flying my way. Of course I've listened to Dinner Date with the Boys. Of course I have. What do you think I am? Some kind of
What episode is
non-listener?
this? What episode is this that we're
Okay.
recording?
This is episode 5 or
Wrong.
6.
6.
6.
I
Okay.
wouldn't have given you the right answer if you asked me.
Yeah, me neither. I
Um,
would have been like, I don't know, 3.
but listen, you put me in with the Lilo and Stitch, and you finish off strong with the pizza. Don't go throwing pants where they don't belong. That's what my mother always says. You know what I mean?
All right.
Anyway,
All right.
keep your pants higher, spirits higher. Thanks for listening to Dinner with the Boys.
Let's go.